So let me show you something powerful about money. This isn't about being rich already. It's about how to start thinking differently, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck like I was. Most of us were never taught how to grow money. We work, we get paid, and by the time the bills are paid, there's barely anything left. But what if you could change that cycle by learning a skill that lets your money work for you? I want to show you what happened when I took $296, that's it, and put it into a trade in the stock market today. That $296 turned into $570. That's a profit of $274 or a 92% gain in a matter of hours. Now, I didn't just do this once, I did it 10 times today. But let's talk about just one. And here's how much that one $296 trade made based on the different outcomes I had. All right, so here we can see that one contract earned three contracts earned $39 each. Another three earned $59 each. And then you had one that earned $99 and another one earned $204. And then my final 10th contract is still open, but currently it's worth $274. I let this one run because it expires at the end of the 4th trading day this week. So I'm gonna let it ride and see what happens, okay? So that way I can report back to you guys how much more money this stock actually made. Listen, you got a choice. You can stay where you at, or you can make a change. You start to think different and take steps toward a new lifestyle. All right, but that's your choice. That's on you. What I'm doing right now is showing y'all exactly what I'm doing. For those that want to follow the blueprint, the option is available. There's always opportunities if you really want to look. You know what I mean? If you want it, you're gonna figure out how to get it. And you ain't gonna make no excuse. You ain't gonna point the finger and say, I don't have it because of so-and-so or because of this or that. You know what I mean? The one thing that resonated with me that my pops told me is he says, don't make excuses. So I don't, man. I just get out there. I look at what it is I'm trying to accomplish and I focus on executing the steps necessary that's gonna help me accomplish that goal. So listen, if you can turn $296 investment into $500, what happens if you do it again and again? Not by luck, but by learning the strategy. So what happens if you scale it to 2 contracts or 5 or 10 like I did today? All right, now you can see the bigger picture. There are still 132 trading days left in this year. What if you committed to trading with just one contract, aiming to grow your money just by just 3% to 7% a day? Well, did you know that at 3% a day, 296 could turn into 5,000 by the end of the year, by the end of the 132 days? Did you know that at 7% a day, it could turn into 6 figures? As you can see here on the table. Listen, nothing in this world is guaranteed. All right, we don't go out and fill out applications because we're guaranteed to get a job. We do it because that's what's necessary. It's a numbers game, okay? You take the one step and then you take the next. And that's all you can do is focus on that which is in front of you at the current moment. Can't worry about everything else. If you need money, then you take the step to go get money, to take care of yourself and feed your loved ones. You know what I mean? That's it. So nothing in this world is a guarantee. So don't come hollering at like, oh, but is there anything in this world a guarantee? Nothing. Everything changes, man. Nothing stays the same. Nothing is a guarantee. So I don't want to hear, don't come coming over here with none of that nonsense, man. Keep that. All right, you can keep that. Nah, I'm not here to sell nobody no fantasy. No fantasy. I don't play that, man. I'm here to just wake you up to an opportunity to see something to see something clearly that I'm doing through demonstration. I'm going to just walk y'all through step by step exactly what I'm doing. That means I'm walking you through the steps that I am executing. You can determine for yourself if this is something that fits, your your lifestyle, your goals, your strategy, whatever the case may be. Now, day trading is a way to stop only working for money and start making your money work for you. I was working all those hours, man, when I was younger, when I was in the military, and when I became a software engineer. Okay? When I was making pennies, you know what I mean, at those little dead end jobs, you know what I mean, when I was working at fast food joints and warehouses, and then I was working at customer service jobs, and then finally I started making real money when I became a software engineer, but I was putting in 60, 80-hour weeks, you know what I mean? And then I thought like to myself, like, okay, enough is enough. I'm not going to continue to do this, all right? I'm going to figure out what everybody else, I'm going to learn what everybody else had already figured out, those who are already successful. And that's the wealthy. Okay, what is it that they're doing? So I'm going to execute the steps that they've already taken that has been proven to work over and over and over again. And that's simply investing. You can't grow your money elsewise. Like, it doesn't work, man. You can't just grow it by spending your money or consuming goods and services every single day, every single month, every single year. It doesn't work. You will end up broke. Then all you're doing is leaving your debt for your family to take care of. And that's whack. You know, man, that's super whack. All right. So all I'm trying to show you, I'm going to demonstrate to y'all how simple this is, where it doesn't take you to like, this is probably easier than than the training you had to take to learn how to do your job. You know what I mean? Because this, when I show you, you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't know it was that simple. But I'm not here to like teach y'all. I'm not here to teach. I'm not here to, train anybody. I'm not here to sell anybody anything. That's not what I'm into. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not any of that. Only thing I want to do, my only goal right now, is to demonstrate what's possible. That's it. I'm showing y'all what I'm doing in my own personal life. Okay? I think about whatever problem I have and coming up with a solution to solve it. And so I'm demonstrating to y'all like I made it to certain levels in corporate America, and I was like, okay, this is definitely not something. I knew that from day one when I was a youngin'. Before I got my first job, I knew that I was never going to be like the one who was going to retire at some job. Never me, never that. I knew that from the beginning. So I was just looking for the best way, like which opportunity had the least barrier to entry, right? And so a lot of things like take a lot. It require a lot, either a lot of capital, a lot of resources, and it's likely it can't be done by just a single person with limited resources, right? So that's what I was looking for. And now, after investing in, putting my money into a high yield savings account and putting it into a CD, investing in real estate, none of those investment vehicles afford you the opportunity to go in with a little bit of money. I just showed you how you can go in with $296 and convert that into 1,000, 5,000, 100,000. Like, that's crazy. So if you're tired of living check to check like I was, then your next step is simple. You're just going to start learning like I'm doing. You're going to continue to watch. You'll like and subscribe if you find value. And you're just going to keep watching and see how I make this happen. For me, I'm going to put this in motion, right? I'm going to continue to invest this amount of money, this $296, and take the gain and put it back in. And I'm going to do that for the 132 days while simultaneously taking my normal positions, trading positions of 10 to 50K. So that's what I'm going to do. But I definitely want to show, I'm like, yo, I want to prove this to myself. Like, how possible is it? Like, was it difficult? I want to arrive at day 132 and be able to tell myself like, this was mad difficult, or this was super simple. That's what I want to do. But I want to have all the evidence, right? I want to have all the evidence. I want to go through the experience myself. And then I could say like, yo, that was super simple, or that was mad hard. Because my aim is to demonstrate that $296 might be the seed that grows into a whole new life. All right. So that's all I got to say, man. Till next video, it's your man Ace. I'm out. I'm dropping the mic right here. I'm out.